the misunderstanding of bearing the cross. You've all heard it. Various expressions of how we have to pick up our cross and follow Jesus. That we have to suffer with Him if you want to reign with Him. Hear all kinds of opinions about that. Well, here is a view I want you to consider. We know when Jesus almost prematurely died in the garden. I'll throw that text up on the screen that verifies that. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 7. Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications, with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, and was heard in that he feared. It says that it was heard that he feared. What was the fear? Of premature death and not going to Calvary, to which it would be an open display, and it would be announced that it was finished, what was completed in the eternal realm. It was to be expressed in a material created world 2,000 years ago on that cross, and Him saying, it was finished. The mystery, once hidden. Well, we know God sent Him an angel when He prayed, Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass. Nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. Matthew 26:39. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. It was at that time God sent him an angel that empowered him. He was able to get up and walk that road to Golgotha, to Mount Calvary. Luke 22, verse 43. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. It's also said that he fell, and the Romans picked someone from the crowd to pick up his cross and carry it to Golgotha for him. That's us. Hear that? That's us. We follow Him. It's not us going to the cross, it is Him. And it is His cross, but it is our sin that He's bearing on that cross. So He's dying for us. Like the thief on the cross said, we deserve to be here. He did not. That's us. We deserve to be here. And He took our place. He that knew no sin became sin, that we would become the righteousness of God. 2 Corinthians 5:21. For He hath made Him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in Him. In Him. And what He accomplished. He did that once for all. And that act was expressed in time. Yet it was complete before the foundations of the world. Hebrews chapter 11, Hebrews chapter 12 says this. So this idea of bearing the cross is not what many have thought, thinking that they are suffering for Jesus, identifying with His death, burial, and resurrection, yes, but it is His death, His burial, and His resurrection that you had better be in, and not your own efforts of suffering trying to be good to gain God's favor. You got his favor through this once for all act, once for all. It was his cross, his suffering for us. It's also written that we fill up that which was lacking in the sufferings of Jesus. What do we mean by that? What did Paul mean? So let's read that text in Colossians chapter 1, verse 24. Who now rejoice in my sufferings for you, and fill up that which is behind of the afflictions of Christ in my flesh, for his body's sake, which is the church. So catch it. Slowly read that. Fill up that which is behind of the afflictions of Christ. Following Jesus, taking up the cross, Jesus' cross, and following him. Seeing where he was heading, he that knew no sin was about to take sin unto himself. And you sit there following him and you're watching him. They aren't going to crucify you. You should have been, because you're the guilty party. They're going to crucify him in your place. The one who didn't deserve to be here, as the thief on the cross had said. We see Paul express this in Galatians chapter 2, verse 20. I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live. Yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Let me read it this way in light of our point. Watching him there on the hill of Golgotha, I saw where it was I, ego, that was to be crucified that day with Christ. Nevertheless, it was Jesus' hands and feet, and not mine, that the nails were drove into. I just watched it. I didn't experience it. Yet I can experience it and live by that which I saw, who we can know reading about it in scriptures. And this life that we are experiencing, this temporal life, benefited from that one-time act. Something unseen 2,000 years ago. Because in eternal truth, this really occurred in heaven as a mystery once hidden, now revealed to us in created time. It's the substance that we all hope for. Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance we hope for, the evidence of something not seen. Our salvation and deliverance from this sin nature that produces sins in our lives. And it's this substance unseen, once a mystery, now revealed, that truly saved any of us, period. So, we helped in this, carrying his cross, only in the sense that our embracing this eternal truth assured that what he came to accomplish would be finished and offered to all. He identifies with us. Now we identify with him. So, this is not what some think, that we are suffering for Jesus. No. You are filling up that which would have been lacking if Jesus had died prematurely in the garden and not announced on the cross that it was finished, that which saved us, which paid the price, and would assure us, giving us the confidence that what he, and he alone, started would be performed, whether or not we believe it or not. It was his cross, his faith, his substance of this once for all act in time, this substance of hope, and it alone being the only evidence we needed, coming from that eternal unseen promise manifested in created time. His once for all act, as is written in Philippians 1:6, that will continue until the day of Christ and his gathering of those who he had ascended into this hell for, taking them out of the captivity of this evil world, leading them captive, giving them the gift of eternal life, and restoring them to their lost position of being the offspring of God their Father.